Hello everyone, welcome to Power Electronics lecture series. In today's video, we're going to take a look at RC full wave triggering of SCR. The link for the material will be provided in the description, so you really don't need to worry about making notes for this particular video. So let's get started with the topic. So RC full wave triggering of SCR. At the first place, let us look at the circuit diagram. So if you carefully observe in this particular circuit, you have an AC supply, a load, and you have an uncontrolled rectifier circuit. And then you have the ACR connected at this point, and R and C elements are connected to the ACR across it. So it is called as RC full wave triggering of SCR because with the help of R and C element, we will be able to turn on the SCR. So in order to understand the circuit in a much better way, let us consider two cycles, that is what happens during positive half cycle. So the supply will be positive and negative at this point. Consequently, what happens, there will be some amount of drop across the load. Ignoring that for understanding the operation, this positive voltage will be appearing across D1 and negative voltage will directly be appearing at D2. Because of positive is connected to anode of D1 and negative is connected to cathode of D2, D1 and D2 is forward biased. Because of this, the current starts flowing through this path, the current starts flowing through this path, the current flows through D1 and the current flows through this path. The same positive voltage that is appearing across this point will appear over here. And the same negative voltage that is appearing across this point will appear here. Why is it? Because of the short circuit, or basically it is acting as a closed switch, isn't it? D1 and D2. That is why the same voltage that is here will be available over here as well. Since anode is connected to positive, cathode is connected to negative, the SCR is in forward blocking mode. It is not still in forward conduction mode. Only when we give the gate supply, it will move from forward blocking to forward conduction mode. But the initial condition where anode to be connected to positive and cathode to be connected to negative is achieved over here, isn't it? Now what happens? The current flows through this path, the current flows through the resistor, and the current flows through the capacitor. The capacitor starts charging with a polarity plus and minus because negative is directly appearing at this point, positive is appearing through this point. So once the capacitor charges during the positive half cycle and reaches the voltage that is to be set for the gate voltage required for the SCR. So let us say you need a gate voltage of about 2 volt. Once the capacitor charges to 2 volt, what happens? This 2 volt will be given to the cathode, will be given to the gate terminal of the SCR, and the SCR will be turned on. So with the help of RNC elements, by choosing suitable values of RNC, we can decide what should be the gate voltage that is required, and we will be able to achieve firing angle for different values. Now we need to see what happens during negative half cycle. During negative half cycle, the supply is negative and positive over here. Consequently, this negative voltage will be appearing at this point, isn't it? And positive voltage will be appearing at this point. The reason is very simple because negative is connected to this point and the same connection is given to D4. So negative is available at this point and positive is connected to this point. That means this point and this point is basically the same, isn't it? So the positive voltage will appear at this point. Because of this, D4 and D3 are forward biased because positive connected to anode of D3 and negative connected to cathode of D4, they are going to act as closed switch. So current flows through this path, current flows through this path, and consequently current flows through D3. And because of positive appearing at this point and D3 acting as closed switch, the same positive voltage will appear at this point and negative voltage will appear at this point. So again, SCR is in forward blocking mode. That is, anode is connected to positive, cathode is connected to negative. Consequently, the current flows through this path. The capacitor again starts charging with a polarity plus and minus, and once it reaches the gate voltage that is to be supplied for the gate terminal of the SCR, the current starts flowing through this path and the SCR turns on. So once the SCR turns on, what will happen? The capacitor voltage will clamp to 0 because this will act as short circuit, isn't it? So the voltage between these 2 points will be equal to 0 because they are connected in parallel between gate and cathode terminal, isn't it? And that is why the capacitor voltage will go to 0. Now let us look at the waveforms and understand this particular working in a much better way. I've considered the circuit for your reference. So in the waveform, we have a sinusoidal AC source. So we are going to consider 2 cycles of it. So what do you understand by the term rectified voltage? It is basically the voltage that is obtained at this point. So whatever positive and negative half cycle takes place through conduction of D1, D2, D3, D4, you will be getting some amount of output voltage, isn't it? So that is nothing but the rectified voltage. So how do we get that? So it will basically be whatever the supply is. So during positive half cycle, plus and minus was appearing and D1 and D2 was conducting, and because of this the positive voltage is appearing at this point. During negative half cycle, what happened? Again positive and negative voltage appeared at this point, isn't it? So again you will be getting a curve like this. Again during positive half cycle you will get a curve like this. During negative half cycle you will get a curve like this. So basically it is a rectifier output. Now what happens to the capacitor voltage? We saw capacitor starts charging with a positive voltage, isn't it? So what happens is that the capacitor slowly starts charging during the positive half cycle, and once the gate voltage is provided, it clamps to 0, as I mentioned. Because this path is basically short circuited. When it is connected to a parallel path which is short circuited, this will act as redundant and it will become equal to 0. Similarly, the capacitor charges to a polarity of the gate voltage and again clamps to 0. Similarly, this cycle repeats throughout. Now, what is the firing angle? This is basically the firing angle. Basically, what you were able to achieve, the capacitor charges to a specific voltage, and once the gate voltage is provided, that was the point where capacitor became equal to 0. So the gate voltage was provided at this point, and that is nothing but the firing angle alpha. Now you might be having a question. How do we control it? Can we achieve firing angle here? Can we achieve firing angle here? Yes, we can definitely do that by having different combination of values of R and C. So based on suitable selection of R and C, the capacitor charging time will be much quicker and it can be clamped to 0 in a much quicker fashion. So that is why we will be selecting R and C values in order to decide the firing angle alpha. Now what is the output voltage then? Output voltage is nothing but the voltage that is available across the load terminals. So once the firing angle is actually triggered at this point, the voltage that is supplied will directly be appearing across the load terminals in this particular fashion. Similarly, once the firing angle again appears, it will be following the nature of the rectified voltage because that is the voltage that we are obtaining, isn't it, at this point. So I've only shown the current flow till the SCR turns on, but it will come back and it will flow through the load terminals as well. So that is basically the rectifier action, but I assume that you know the basics of rectifier circuit, so I'm not gone in much detail with respect to it. So again it goes to 0 and the output voltage becomes equal to the rectified voltage. So it basically from this point it will follow whatever is the nature of the rectified voltage at this point. So again the cycle repeats and you will be able to get more amount of output voltage by suitably controlling the value of alpha. If you trigger here, then the output voltage will be starting from this point. So I hope this point is clear. Now you might be having a doubt as why is it called as full wave RC triggering circuit? So that is a fair enough question from your end. So the reason is because you will be able to trigger the SCR during both the cycles, during positive half cycle, during negative half cycle. So that is why since it is possible to trigger the SCR in both the positive and negative half cycles, it is called as full wave RC triggering circuit. And one more advantage is that you can control the firing angle from 0 to 180 degree. So if you are considering one half cycle, the entire half cycle you will be able to control. Again, if you are considering another half cycle, the entire half cycle you will be able to control. That is 0 to 180 degree. So this is the advantage when compared to half-wave RC triggering circuit, where in RC half-wave triggering circuit, you will only be able to control the SCR during positive half cycles. During negative half cycles, you had absolutely no control, isn't it? So by rectifier, you will be able to control both positive and negative half cycles, and the triggering angle is from 0 to 180-degree range. Whereas in R firing circuit, we had only 0 to 90-degree range, isn't it? For a resistive triggering circuit. So that is why this circuit is popularly used in a lot of different applications. I hope you were able to understand this video in a much better and a simple fashion. In case you have any questions related to this particular lecture, please do let me know in the comment section below. Thanks for watching. Please do keep supporting. Thank you.